For a clean scrum. 0-all, 7 minutes into the first half. There it is. It's a Western Suburbs ball, and MacArthur from scrum base trying to get around. Gary Jack in there from fullback. Gets it back now to English. English plays to the left side of the field. Midfield gets the pass away to Cogger. Cogger still going, but finally brought to ground by hooker Neil Whitaker. Play back to Pat English at dummy half. Out along the back line, MacArthur. MacArthur gets it away to Webster. Webster going straight up the middle. Caught Mick Pinkerton there on the burst. Out now along the Western Suburbs back line. Gets the pass away. Good play here by Western Suburbs. Play up to the halfway as Steve Broughton came in there. Play back now to Trevor Cogger. Plays left side of the field and MacArthur puts in the little kick and retrieves that from his own kick. Good bit of play there by the halfback for Western Suburbs. We'll get up and play it to the hooker Pat English, captain for the Magpies. Play now into the Balmain territory. Back to Craig Madsen. Gets his pass away. From Gary Webster, the ball's played along the back line to Wayne Smith. A penalty now to Western Suburbs. This penalty's about 30 metres out from the Balmain line and right in front of the posts. And no, they're not going to attempt to put first points on the board. They'll kick for touch. And the ball finds touch some 18 metres out now from the Balmain line. As I said before, a good crowd of about 7,000 here at Leichhardt Oval. There's the play. Play back now to John Coveney, deciding to go alone. You can see there that he's 10 metres in from touch. Play back to Pat English. Gets it away to Webster. Webster looking for a hole in the Balmain defence. Can't get through it. Brought down some 8 metres away now from the Balmain line. Play back once again to Pat English. English decides to go right side of the field. Gets the ball away to Harrigan. Harrigan gets it on to MacArthur. MacArthur looking for support. Finally brought to ground by Michael Schofield. Play back once again to English. Out left side of the field, midfield. Finds Wayne Smith. Wayne Smith now going alone. Finds a hole in the Balmain defence. Tries to get his pass away. Can't do it. Back now to Pinkerton. Almost right on the Balmain line. Falling short by 1 metre. Play back now once again to English. English on to MacArthur. MacArthur looking for a hole in the defence. The ball now across the Balmain line, about along the Western Suburbs line, and West will go in for a try. Craig Madsen puts the ball down. It's going to be a try for Western Suburbs. Now after that try by Craig Madsen, the second row for Western Suburbs, John MacArthur, halfback for the Magpies, now to attempt this kick. You can see his familiar style of kicking. The inside of the left boot and puts that ball straight between the posts. So the score now is 6 points to 0 in favour of the Magpies here at Leichhardt Oval. 11 minutes into the first half, and just reiterating what I'd said earlier, the Magpies will find this, I think, a tough game, but Balmain will find it even tougher. So play to resume now as we go into the 12th minute of the first half. The Tigers to resume play from the halfway. There's the kick. Deep into Western Suburbs territory, in fact right back to the west line. Back to Mick Pinkerton. Pinkerton running it up now, almost to the 22. Brought down, gets up again. Gets through Michael Schofield, but Schofield's round his ankles once again. Back to Pat English. Get off him, he says, we want to play football. It's out then to Madsen, who just scored that fine try. Back to MacArthur. MacArthur looking for support, gets his pass away to Cogger. Cogger then gets his pass on to fullback Wayne Smith, who tries to get through John Davidson, but can't do it. Play now up to the 30-metre line. Plays the ball back to English. Back into the midfield, onto Webster. Trying to bundle Webster into the ground here, but can't do it. Referee says play the ball. Back to English. English sends a long pass back to Wayne Smith. There's the kick by Western Suburbs. Straight into the midfield. Up to the halfway is picked up by David French. French gets his pass away to Simon Booth. Booth looking for a break. Gets through the defence of Western Suburbs, and play now taken up to the 22-metre line in the Western Suburbs half. Across the Balmain back line. Across to Bridge. Bridge gets his pass away once again to French. On to Wayne Pearce. And Pearce is brought to ground. Pass out now to Stephen Roach. Play on the 22. Michael Marquito into first grade this weekend after playing about 20 minutes in the first grade at North Sydney Oval. He's got himself a spot. Hemsley who's presently in England, makes way for Marquito. As David Brooks, the second row forward for the Tigers, puts that penalty goal easily between the uprights. And here at Leichhardt Oval, the score is 6 points to 2 in favour of the Magpies. We're 18 minutes into the first half. There's the ball. It's a Balmain ball back to Bridge as Lane comes around once again and finds Gary Jack on the burst from fullback. Into the midfield, play right in the midfield on the 40-metre, 35-metre line as John Davidson is brought to ground. Booth now from dummy, looking for an opening. Can't get through it as Darryl Turner's there to stop him. Play up to the 22-metre as Bridge decides to go alone. 6 points to 2. Crowd of about 7,000. Here's the dummy and a chance here for Balmain. Look at Stephen Roach. He's just burst through the defence of the Magpies. He sees the opening and goes straight for the line, and that's the 4 points. So the scores are now tied at 6 points to all after some 18 minutes of play. Here's the attempt at the conversion by the second rower, David Brooks. There's the kick, and this could put the Tigers in front. One touch judge with a flag up, another with a flag down. Looks like Gary Jack will kick it for touch, and let's see if they can notch up another 4 points with the try. Following this, play taken into touch, 20 metres out from the Western Suburbs line. Play will resume now as hooker Neil Whittaker will play it from the dummy. Gets the pass away to David French. French looking for an opening. Can't get through Pat English. Played back to Whittaker. Whittaker decides to go. Plays the blind, gets it on to Schofield. Schofield now easy. And an easy try for Simon Booth in the corner. Beautiful bit of play. Good thinking there by Whittaker. Good bit of play for Balmain. So that's the 4 points they were hoping for. Originally set up the decision to kick for touch. No try there. Now Wayne Smith kicking out from the Western Suburbs line. Not sure on the referee's ruling as to why that was not a try. But as you saw, Wayne Smith was kicking that ball out after that attempt there by Simon Booth to go over in the corner. Takes the pressure off Western Suburbs, but still being applied here at Leichhardt Oval as the Tigers have another crack at the line and hoping to get 4 more points on the board. The score is 6 points all, 25 minutes into the first half. Play back now to Gary Bridge. Bridge decides to go alone. Almost up there, falling short, 5 metres short of the Western Suburbs line. Bridge to his feet, plays it back to Whittaker. Whittaker now sending the dummy across to Greg Lane. Greg Lane gets it away to Jack. Falling short 8 metres. The Western Suburbs defenders desperately trying to keep the Tigers out of this scoring position. Across the back line onto Lane. Lane gets it away to Bridge. Bridge finds Simon Booth. Booth trying to go again. Is finally bundled into the ground. In fact, they've lost at least 2 or 3 metres in that bit of play. Fifth tackle coming up now for the Tigers. There's the up and under. Here's the bomb by Gary Jack. Balmain players pouring through as French tries to get his hands to it, but Western Suburbs defence just a bit too good there, and the hands of number 14 whipping the ball back over the dead ball line. So play will now resume from the Western Suburbs line. It's still 6 all, and the pressure is being applied to the Magpies. Here's a chance to take the pressure off now as they kick out from their own try line. Right underneath the goal post, straight down midfield, and it's picked up there. It's even passed back further. How far can they send this ball back as David Brooks, the second rower, brings play back up to the 22-metre. It looks like Craig Madsen has hurt himself in that incident. Play back to Whittaker. They play on, send the ball across to Stephen Roach. Roach finds Pearce. Pearce trying to get through. Gets his pass away on to Marquito. Marquito still going, looking for an opening. Can't get his ball away. Goes to ground with the ball. Stopped there by John Coveney, his opposite number. Here's Whittaker. Whittaker going now and falling short. Is pushed back as he gets up to within a metre. He's pushed back another metre, so 2 metres away from the Western Suburbs line. Play across to Stephen Roach. Roach has got Simon Booth with him and goes himself after the dummy with Michael Marquito there. Gets the ball onto Marquito, and Marquito says that's the 4 points we want, and he puts the ball down after crashing through the Magpie defence. So 4 more points on the board for the Tigers. 10 points to 6 at Leichhardt Oval. 26 minutes into the first half. 25 minutes of the first half gone. An excellent try set up there by David Brooks. Got the pass away, and Michael Marquito saw the opening. The Western Suburbs defenders closed up the gap, but the pace and the weight of Marquito carried him over the line, and it was simply a matter of forcing the ball to ground. And that was the 4 points that Balmain needed to give them the leading edge for the first time in this match against the Magpies. But they're certainly finding it a tough one here at their home oval, Leichhardt Oval, in Sydney's Balmain Rozelle district. So it's 10 points to 6 in favour of Balmain as we now count down to the half-time hooter. An excellent try there by Michael Marquito. The second rower, David Brooks, now in to attempt this conversion from about 18 metres out and just off from centre. There's the kick, and it's going to be a good one. David Brooks would be happy with that. He'll try to make up about 20 metres here with this kick. And it looks like he's made up about 15. So Hooker English sending the ball out now, playing to, it looked like Broughton was in there to take that pass. Now back along the western suburbs line to Webster. Webster getting it away to Cogger. Cogger dummies and gets it away once again to Craig Madsen. It's back to Wayne Smith. Smith gets his pass away to Ellis. Ellis finds a hole in the Balmain defence. Gets the pass away to Wayne Smith, but the defenders have said, we'll bottle this boy up before we give him too much room to run. Out to Madsen. Madsen gets his pass away once again to Broughton. Broughton finally brought to ground. Pressure on Balmain now. Back to Turner. About 7 metres out now from the Balmain line. English at dummy half. Here's a chance for the Magpies. On to MacArthur. MacArthur gets it away to Webster. Webster gets his pass away to Cogger, and Cogger's going to go over. He's just going to walk over for a try. That's 4 more points, and Trevor Cogger just simply said, I don't have to do too much to get these 4 points. John MacArthur will now attempt to convert this. This is about 18 metres in from touch on the far side of the field, and he's attempting to kick this from some 13 metres out from the Balmain line. There's the kick. And it's waved away, so Western Suburbs still trail by 2 points. 4.5 minutes from half time. They'll try to make up some 15 metres at least with this kick. I'm rather amazed at Wayne Smith's kicking. He's very conservative in his attempts to make up ground with the kicks. He made up some miserable 3 yards with that kick. Must be lacking in confidence, I think. The ball out now to Webster. Webster getting it right across the back line onto Cogger. And look at the speed of Matt Carter, taking play up to the 22-metre. Throws the ball back. It's picked up by Western Suburbs. A drop pass there from the pass from from Matt Carter. Across to MacArthur. MacArthur gets it away to Webster. Webster bringing play up to 24 metres out from the Balmain line. Score 12 points to 10, favouring the Tigers. On to MacArthur again. Whippy little player. Barreled into the ground by Neil Whittaker. 5th tackle coming up for Western Suburbs. Here's the kick by Wayne Smith. Western Suburbs players pouring through. It's going to be a nice take by Gary Jack, but running the ball into the dead ball area. So Jack will resume play from the Balmain try line. Here's the kick by Gary Jack. Straight down, almost to midfield, and beautifully taken by Darryl Turner. Back on the field after 10 minutes in the sin bin for a little bit of what used to be classed as stadium play, the old punching bout. Craig Madsen. Madsen gets it on to MacArthur. MacArthur shoots it back out to Cogger. Throwing the ball around well here, Western Suburbs into the second half. Wayne Smith plays it on to Pat English. Decides to go alone. English will get up and play it. Back into the midfield, MacArthur. MacArthur on to Carter. On to Ellis. MacArthur on to Webster. And Webster just goes straight for the posts and puts the ball over. There's the 4 points they've been looking for. And that gives them the edge. Now 14 points to 12. A good bit of play there as Webster took the pass from a play that was started by John MacArthur. They kept the ball going, threw it around. MacArthur, Cogger, MacArthur on to Webster, and Webster goes over for 4 more points. 10 minutes into the second half, the score 14 points to 12. Now MacArthur attempting to convert this kick now from about 9 metres out, right in front of the posts. 2 more points will be on the board for Western Suburbs if this is successful. It goes straight between the posts. It's now 16-12 favouring the Magpies here at Leichhardt Oval. Balmain now on attack. Back to Jack. Jack running hard, trying to get through number 18 there for Western Suburbs, but a good tackle there. Back now to Whittaker. Whittaker gets the ball away to Booth, but look at the speed of Booth, taking it up to the 22-metre line, has finally punched into the ground. 20 metres out, onto Whittaker. Whittaker plays the right side of the field, gets it on now to Greg Lane. Lane getting his pass away to Wayne Pearce, and here's a chance for Balmain. Onto Lawson. Lawson running hard, and he's going to go over as Gary Jack got his pass away to Lawson. That's the try now that levels the scores at 16 points all here at Leichhardt Oval. 30 minutes into the second half. A try that was set up there by Gary Jack, and that puts Lawson over the line, the Western Suburbs try line, for another 4 points. A good try for Balmain. 16 all in favour of here's the attempted conversion. David Brooks been taken off the kicking role for today, having had a very poor day with the boot. And John Davidson attempting this conversion for the Tigers. This could put them in front. There's the kick, and it's going to be a good one. It goes straight between the posts. Scrum now to go down, about 10 metres out from the Western Suburbs line. 10 metres in from touch. Referee calling for a clean scrum. A Balmain ball out to Bridge from Lane, but Bridge is immediately bottled up there by the defenders from Western Suburbs. 10 metres out from the West line. Out along the back line, here's Gary Jack in from fullback once again. He's dangerous if you stick him in the back line. To Greg Lane. Lane dummies and flicks the pass now out to Stevie Roach, who's got Pearce with him. Pearce has got Davidson with him, but gets the pass back to Hardwick. Hardwick being brought down about 3 metres out now from the west line. The referee has called play up here. There's the full time. An excellent game of football between the Magpies and the Tigers here at Leichhardt Oval. Western Suburbs, a repeat of last week when they went down by 2 points to Manly, have gone down by 2 points to the Tigers, 18-16, before a good crowd of about 7,000 at Leichhardt.